Life's journey can be hard sometimes, especially when you look at where you're going with the thought that it seems too far, or it seems unachievable, or it seems as if you're not going to make it. When you approach life that way, you know what you have done. You have already conditioned your mind to find excuses, to build excuses to not continue. But I want to say to you today that if you're at that place where you feel as if you're telling your mind that you can't push forward or you can't continue because it seems like you have way more distance to go, right? It seems as if you have a long journey to continue. I want you to pause in your journey for a moment and take a look. Take a look at where you're coming from. Because when you take a glimpse of how far you have traveled, do you really want to go back to where you're coming from to start over? Or do you want to continue to where you're going so that you can make it? When you set your goals for your life, it's going to seem like a difficult road, especially if you've never set goals for yourselves before, and especially if you have set goals before, but you've always built excuses and never actually achieved them. It's going to seem difficult. But let me tell you today that you are able to achieve the things that you set out to achieve. And all you need is a little reminder that you have come this far. You know, the songwriter said, I've come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord. So sometimes you just have to lean on the Lord. Sometimes you have to have faith in the vision that you have created. Because nobody designed your goals for you. You did it. So who else to achieve them but yourself? And if you give up on you, how are the goals going to be achieved? So remember this morning, though the journey before you, because that's where I'm going, right? Though the journey before you seem a little rough, the road is rocky, the road is rough, and the distance seems far to travel. Your mind might tell you that it's far, but really and truly, it might just be right around that corner. But just imagine if instead of going around the corner, you decide to go back to where you're coming from. Eventually, you're going to feel like you're not accomplishing anything, and you're going to have to start the journey over. I started this journey a couple of years ago on this same hill, but along the way I gave up. I gave up on reclaiming me and dealing with the goals that I set. And here it is, I have to start over. I had to start from the bottom of this hill to come to the top. I have to start over in reclaiming my health because I gave up on that. 4 years ago, had I continued, I would have maybe still be climbing this hill, but in better shape than I am today. So when it comes on to your goals, remember, nobody can achieve your goals for you, but you. Nobody can make the decision to continue on your journey for you, but you. Because when the goals are set, they're set for you. And so you are the one who have to continue on the journey. So what are you going to do today? Are you going to turn back to where you're coming from? Or are you going to turn around and continue on this journey? I choose to turn around and continue on the journey because when I look behind me, I've come this far and there ain't no turning back. The only back I'm going, or the only back I'm looking rather, is when I'm looking back for motivation to continue. All right, so remember, the only looking back that you should do is when you're seeking motivation to continue. But always press forward. Keep going, because one day you're going to achieve the dreams that you set out to achieve.